It is my pleasure to introduce Barbara Kampa. Barbara is the founder and CEO of Rhyme and Reason. A little about Barbara: she has a real passion for advocacy and entrepreneurial drive. She has been leading the inception and development of Rhyme and Reason. Her heart is to help those with special needs and at-risk behaviors know their value and purpose. She has 40 years of experience as a sole proprietor and working with all ages as an educator and clinician. Barbara works one-on-one with her clients to maximize their ability using therapeutic models that incorporate compassion, trusting relationships, and meaningful activities. Her areas of expertise include behavior management for the developmentally disabled, attachment disorders, trauma recovery, relationship difficulties, stress and anger management, and how nutrition affects our moods. I just out of curiosity and to maybe help Barbara and Courtney Lane, who are both here. Courtney is the program manager. And to help them, how many of you have, before today, heard of Rhyme and Reason? I see one more hand other than Julie right here. So, Barbara, you have an audience of folks who know, I'm going to just say very little about Rhyme and Reason and about what you do. So I would welcome you up here to share that with us.
Thank you for having us today, Eric. We appreciate your invitation. And this is Courtney. She's actually co-founder with me as well. And we'll give you a little bit of our history. So run the slides. We kind of tag team here a little bit. I appreciate that you haven't heard of Rhyme and Reason. We're fairly new. Is it picking up? Rhyme and Reason is fairly new. We have been incorporated since 2012, but we really have only been operating since 2019. So we started out, Courtney and I actually worked together at a foster care agency as case workers, and we just kind of hit the road running with our passion, and that was serving those with special needs and developmentally challenged behaviors. Those that are in foster care typically come into the system with some special needs, but that system actually creates a lot of special needs as well. So we had what we call a pilot program for about 3 years, and it included activities and leadership conferences and group therapy. And every time we got together, we just had a very impactful and very energizing for us service that we were providing. And so in 2012, we, at that point, after investing over 4,000 volunteer hours, we decided to incorporate. We tried to do things on our own without much support for a couple years, and it just ended up not really working very well. Neither one of us could quit our jobs and invest 100% in developing the program. So we both became behavior clinicians with another agency that provides Medicaid waiver services to the developmentally disabled population. And so then we ended up in 2019 incorporating as a Medicaid waiver provider. I'll let Courtney kind of take over from there.
So from there, we started with behavior clinician work. It was just Barb and I at the beginning with 35 clients. And from there, we'll kind of go through some different slides of where you can see we are today after 3 years of being incorporated. So we started with behavior clinician, and I'll go into that. And then in December of 2019, we added PAC services, which is the DSP work. We call them Adaptive Abilities Mentors. And then as you can tell on the slide, we go from 7 employees in 2020 to now, as of July, 39, and we're still in the process of hiring more. So we are ever evolving and our programs are ever evolving. So behavioral support services, that is a behavior clinician that is out in the community with their clients. It could be in the homes. It can be taking them on activities and really working on those skills to develop nurturing aspects in their lives, to foster some of that independence, that determination of what they can do and have purpose for their life. So we hold that high regards just because our clients a lot of times and our individuals don't get out in the community a lot. They don't have these services. And so it's really important that they're able to have these supports put in place to work on the behavioral, social, and emotional challenges they have.
And I just wanted to kind of mention our behavior management tenets. So we respect the individuals we serve and recognize their unique strengths as well as their challenges. Our therapists expertly tailor strategies to best serve each participant's needs and good life goals. Behavioral therapy strategies may include identifying replacement behaviors, practicing social skills in group settings, making simple changes to a client's environment, learning new, healthier habits, and training care providers and coworkers on better ways to respond to the individual. Our clinicians are very much involved in our clients' lives, and Courtney and I have had some of the same clients since we started in 2010. So it's been over almost 12 years that we've had some of the same clients that transferred with us when we left the other agency. And so we really value building that relationship and that connection because that's where we're effective.
The next service we provide is participant assistance and care. And that service is really, it's the direct service provider being out in the field with the client. We call them adaptive abilities mentors just because we want them to mentor our clients more than just what a direct service provider does. So we want them to, live that life with them, whether it's taking them on appointments, whether that's having entertainment fun with them, taking them to movies, social outings, different things like that, hands-on assistance, prompting them in the daily living skills of what they have. So it would be they're in their house and they don't know how to clean or cook their food or different things like that. So our PAC staff, our mentors, can go in and they can assist with any of those activities that they need help with. They also take them to other fun activities in the community a lot of times, which is kind of where we grow into our social club activities. This is kind of who Rhyme and Reason is and what we want to achieve in the community. And our social club activities are just, we do them all over in the community. So we've gone to different parks for picnics. We've gone to the beach, movies, library events, all different kinds of different events that we are able to fulfill the lives of our individuals that we serve. They're able to build friendships within that, have fun, practice leadership. And one of the best things about our social club is that they're all ran by one of our behavior clinicians. Usually it's Barb and I are there, but we also have other behavior clinicians. So it's more like therapy sessions every time that we're together in these social club activities. So they're able to participate, and if there's behaviors that arise, we're able to coincide with them and come along with them and figure out how they can either communicate their feelings with others or work in that setting. We have some that are very challenging behaviors that they struggle with being in that group setting, and we've been able to work with them, and they're able to start making friendships within the group.
And a lot of times that impacts the mood of the individual and the behaviors that we see. So we've seen a significant decrease in behavioral problems just because we get them with other people and we help them know how to manage those relationships. We have couples that will form and they have challenges with being able to understand intimacy and, jealousy of other people and those types of things. And so we really walk with them during that time to be able to help them maintain a healthy relationship. The other part of the program is just being able to know or help the individual find their purpose within the community. So one of the things that we really love that the waiver program basically tells us that we need to do is to provide behavioral management to increase independence, improve quality of life, and help participate in meaningful activities in the community. That's what we get to do. It's something that we did back in 2008 for those 3 years that we were doing our pilot program with the foster youth. So it just fits really well. You can see some photos of some of our folks having a lot of fun there. So right now, the social club is really operating at about 25% of its intended purpose. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as we move along here, because it fits right into the vision of what Rhyme and Reason is about. Our other programs are animal assisted therapy. We just started this one. This is a great program that helps people learn what they're capable of with other beings, even if it's an animal. There's a sheet on your table that has some quotes from some of our folks that we've interacted. It's called In Their Own Words, and it tells you about the different services that we provide and the quotes that the individuals have said about those services. So this is just our growth right now that we have experienced over the last couple of years. So again, we started out with just the two of us in 2019. And as you can see, the growth rate is pretty significant. We think that we're doing great work and we love what we do, but this really is a testament to the need that's out there. We have not advertised. That's why you probably haven't heard of us. But we keep getting referrals, and we keep, having the list grow longer and longer and longer. And I know those of you who are familiar with waiver provider supports, there's a great gap in being able to hire people to fill that need. And so it's a continual process that we're constantly trying to meet. This is our client growth. So we have, again, just exponentially grown over the last couple of years. And so it just, again, testifies to the fact that the need is great. There's gaps. We've got a lot of programs that are great, that are already serving those with disabilities, but the gaps are there. We want to fill those gaps. So we have a property in Lakeville that we're trying to develop as our campus. It's 84 acres, and it will house all of the program that we're not doing currently because we just don't have the space at this point. So the vision that we're going to spend a little time talking about the vision. The vision is for our house. This will be the space where the participants can call their own. We recognize there's a lot of great day programs out there. This space is completely different. It will be the space that individuals can come where they can meet, they can join in conversations. We will have therapists there who will be able to help and monitor those relationships. Again, not dictating, but guiding, because there's always problems that arise with some of the intellectual disabilities that we deal with. It's difficult to be able to know how to respond in situations that come up, and how to be able to put up and tolerate with other people, how to be inclusive when somebody's different than us. As adults, we should be learning those things and have already, been able to do those things. But our individuals, even as adults, they don't have that capacity to be able to do that. So we're there helping them do that. It's a safe place where all of our individuals will feel that they belong. The activities that will happen there, overnighters, we've done this before. We have a camp out every year at Potato Creek. Those we're always surprised at how many people sign up for that because it's an uncomfortable situation. You're basically with 8 other people in the cabin that you don't know. However, now they're starting to get to know each other, and so they're really doing well. And these overnighters, they get to share over a long period of time, working together and learning how to socialize. We do have a lot of individuals who live with roommates or housemates, and so they're used to just their own little circle. But once we get them out and experience others, then they find that they can manage and be inclusive of others that they typically can't tolerate because of a sensory issue or something that they're dealing with. Again, they find a sense of purpose. An extended time frame accommodates for fun activities while being able to practice those social skills. We are looking at having leadership conferences. There's a lot of our individuals who certainly can be leaders, but they just don't have that opportunity. We have a mentor program built into the program, the social program, where our adults with disabilities can mentor the younger ones when they're coming into the program so that they feel that they belong, but at the same time, it helps build those leadership skills. The emphasis is on maximizing their educational efforts while exploring career opportunities as well. So we have a lot of jobs that are built into this plan, and being able to work in an environment where your job is not jeopardized because you have an emotional meltdown or you're just not feeling it that day. The plan is to train our supervisors, our managers to be able to know how to accommodate and provide an environment so that our employees can be successful, those that have challenges. Lots and lots of things that we have planned for that house. We're very excited about it because again, it encompasses our whole social program. And if you want to know more, it's 84 acres. We have we call it the back 40. That's all mature trees, and there's a stream going through. The front 40 has been planted with a lot of trees, and that's where the house will be on the north. Yeah, well, I have a picture here of where things will be located.
I think we're back.
Okay.
Let us go back to this really quick and make sure we're sharing, because normally it kicks that off. And it is recording. And just a reminder to silence your cell phones and other devices, please.
There we go.
So the next part of our property that we want to develop is our vision is for this R&R event center. And so this will be a 6,000 square foot barn style event center that we can do our events agency wide. We have different events like our family picnic that we're having this coming week, as well as we have dances and our Christmas parties and different things like that, which we're up to like 150 to 200 people with some of those events. And so like spaces, trying to find those spaces to have them is hard at times. And so we're gonna develop this as well as we can rent it out for community engagement with weddings, corporate events, retreats, different things like that as well.
And because we have the back 40 that is all mature trees in a stream, we want to have nature discovery trails and cabins. That's very close to my heart because I grew up in the woods, I tell people, and I love spending time in nature. Very therapeutic, very calming, very energizing at the same time. It stabilizes you. So we want to be able to make that accessible to our folks that need mobility accommodations. And the other part is having our cabins for retreats. And for our own camp out activities, we're renting Potato Creek right now. We've grown from 2 cabins to 5 cabins now that we need because we have a lot of folks that like to enjoy that weekend with us. So this is something that we'll be able to utilize for the picture. This shows where things will be. There you go. Yeah. Move it way over though.
You want me to minimize it? Yeah. Okay. Well, nope.
Okay. One more time. Thank you for being adaptive.
Yes.
Technology.
We are recording, we are sharing.
We are very aware of the need to be flexible.
There we go.
Okay, so this is the future home of R&R. It's not to scale, obviously, but this is what it looks like. We have the house on the north 20, the event center on the south 20, and then the farmyard kind of sits in between. And then the back 40, we call it, will have the nature trails and the cabins and the stream running back there. Just gives you an idea of what it would look like. If you get the opportunity to drive down Old 31, you can certainly see it. It's gorgeous property. Right now, it's just all trees though. So we do have a capital campaign running pretty much continuously because, as you are well aware, expenses are pretty great for this project. This is what it looks like, kind of broken down just to get started. So we do have a benefit dance coming up in October that's going to be raising funds to build the first access road that will help us get to the farmyard area and then start working on building the house. We're very excited about that. There's a flyer on your table that tells you about that information. Everybody's welcome. It's going to be held right here in Elkhart at the Lex 530. We do serve over 50% of our clients are from Elkhart County. And so we're kind of tag teaming with the counties around. So this is our call to action. We are definitely looking for board members. We recognize that board members provide the stability for the nonprofit. We are in need of those, obviously, that see and recognize that this vision for this property is beneficial, but also big enough that it needs some help. We're always looking for board members. As financial donors, we know that you will fulfill the hope of all those that we serve. Like I said, there's a lot of agencies around. We are in partnership with some of those, and we don't see like overtaking anything. We just see in addition to what's already being provided and hopefully filling some gaps. But we would love a grant writer to be able to help us grow in that area. We recognize that there's a lot of grants available for helping us to move forward. Fundraising committee members. You ignite the passion for the vision and for the work that we're doing. And we have one of our board members who oversees that and chairs that committee. So if that's something that you're interested in, we would certainly love to talk with you. Volunteer coordinator. We are looking for somebody to help us coordinate volunteers, but also looking for volunteers. And I know that that's one of the things that we talked with Eric about is incorporating your support by volunteering for our social club events, anything. Like we have transportation needs, we have other types of activities that you could volunteer for, but primarily it is for our social club events because we have a lot of folks that come and need just someone to oversee and help monitor and help just help make sure that the event is beneficial for our clients. We do have a family picnic coming up this Friday. It's coming up fast. And that will be at the Lakeville Community Center. And if you want to get to know us, that's a good place to come and get to know us. If you want more information about that, just come and talk with me afterwards. So you harvest the enthusiasm, and we're extremely enthusiastic to talk to you about that. This is just a little flyer for our benefit dance coming up on October 7th. This is how you can learn about us. And we do have a website that is pretty extensive that tells about who we are and what we do. We're on Facebook, If you like to choose a charity and through your Amazon purchases, we have that as well. We do have a fun run. I don't know if there's any marathon runners or 5K, 10K runners in the room, but we have a fun run coming up in November 5th, and that's on our website or on our Facebook page as well. It's hosted by another nonprofit who's graciously providing those funds for us. It's called the St. Joe Valley Happy Trail Run. And if you know anything about signing up for those, it's on Run Sign Up is the website that you can sign up for that. So we are available for any questions if you have now or after. Yes.
First, state and a question or two. Since I don't speak that, okay, I have two questions. I just want to say, carved out a beautiful, very needed program. We have a number of programs that would dovetail what you are attempting to do. I would advise that you go slowly. This will not happen in 5 years. It may happen in 30, but it will not happen in 5 years. You're going to need considerable a budget. Maybe you think well, I guess I said you will need to go slowly. You'll need to coordinate some of that with AUG8 here in this county, and we have the executive director of that in this group, and maybe you've already met her. I don't know. But it's a worthwhile effort. Thank you, and I encourage you to go.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And we definitely want to make sure that we don't run too fast. I know I've got some of our committee members are like, what if we do this? I'm like, wait, we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. Because we really need to maintain that standard of excellence with our services, because it's about the people that we serve. So I appreciate you affirming and confirming that for us. Thank you. Yeah.
How many members of your staff are volunteers versus paid? And our question, what kind of training do volunteers get in order to work with the client?
Currently, we have, I would say, 10 probably that are not paid volunteers. And before an event, we will train, like for the first half an hour before the event, we go over different aspects of what the event's going to entail and what their responsibility and roles are in that event. And previous to that, we've had other kind of trainings with them as well, just so they know the population of what we're serving. We do some background checks on individuals as well, so that we have that in place too.
Any more questions? What is your operating budget and what is your source of funding now?
Our current, excuse me, our current source of funding really is just the Medicaid waiver. The BEADS, Bureau of Developmental Disabilities, we're on the developmental disability waiver. So there's the community and integration and habilitation waiver, and then the family support waiver. And that's really where our funding source is for all of the employees that we have right now. We do have some funds that we ask our individuals to pay when they participate in an event, but it pretty much just covers the cost of everything. So right now we're operating primarily on donations outside of that, but everything else is paid pretty much through the waiver. And our operating budget right now, unfortunately, we are looking for, well, we've had some challenges with our accounting firms. I should put it that way. So I don't have a good number for you. It's very sad for me to say that, but I'm going to publicly announce that our operating budget is not clear. We've been through several different CPA firms who have not been able to generate that for us. And I keep pushing it, keep pushing it. So yeah, I have an idea in my head, but I don't want to say that because it's probably not very accurate. Yes. if I can just say, so financial help is one of those things, like numbers and books and things like that is one of those board positions that we could certainly use some help with. Thank you.
How many participants are in your program? And do any of them come from Elkhart County? And do you serve chocolate chip cookies?
So this is the baker, and she's constantly making yummy desserts.
Always chocolate chip
Chocolate chip
cookies.
cookies are always there. We serve about 50% of our clients are from Elkhart County, so that would include the, include Goshen and that population down there. And currently we have 40 employees. We're constantly hiring, and I know the executive director from ADA can certainly attest to that. Happens with this population as well, or this type of business, but so our client number that we have is 162. Yes.
So would a solo CPA be able to handle your needs, or are you looking for a firm?
So we have been working with firms. If we can find a solo CPA that we can trust and that we know will do what we need them to do, then that would be great.
What would be the time commitment for something like that?
So we have payroll that is running through our CPA firm, so that kind of adds a little bit extra time to it's about, I would say, 5 hours a week that it needs to be done for the payroll. But other than that, looking for CFO services and just, strategies and advice and things like that would be, if you know somebody, let me know. Okay.
We'll be happy to stay around for a little bit if anybody else has any questions. Also, Eric is the director of Wellfield. I've got a couple passes here to the Wellfield Botanical Gardens. If you give him a call, he'll be happy to take you on a tour. With that, our meeting's adjourned.